Today we are joined by Chris Hogan with the American Gas Association. He's going to tell us a little bit about the current federal dividend tax rate and some changes that might be coming down the pike for it.
Okay, well, one of the main reasons that we're talking about this now is what's happened in the past. And this all began more or less in 2003 when legislation was introduced that reduced the taxes you pay on dividends, and that would be stocks you hold either independently, just a stock certificate you may have, or investments that you have in a brokerage account, a retirement fund, a pension plan, anything like that. You get a dividend for stocks that provide dividends. Some don't, but for those that do, there was a maximum rate at ordinary income levels, which was pretty high at the time. And in 2003, legislation was introduced that reduced that to a maximum tax rate of 15% for everyone. So regardless of your income tax level, the most you would pay would be 15% on that dividend income. In 2006, legislation was passed to extend that because it was supposed to expire in 2008, which means it would just go away, and that tax rate that you were paying at the time, 15%, would go back up to ordinary income levels. So with the extension in 2006, the benefit of that tax, of that maximum rate of 15%, was extended a little bit longer to 2010. But it's still designed to go away on December 31st, 2010. None of this was ever made permanent. It was really designed to help people for a certain period of time as a unique benefit. So as we stand right now, on December 31, 2010, dividend income will go up for some people, up to 39.6%, almost 40%. Now, it's not going to be everyone, but for people who have really seen this as a benefit to investing, as a reason to invest in dividend-producing stocks, as a way to gain value for retirement, for sending their kids to college, that type of thing, this is really an important issue that needs to be addressed now, and this is why Defend My Dividend was created, and why it's something that we need to start dealing with now, because a lot of changes have taken place over the past year since President Obama came into office. And really, we have to start working on the issue now and spreading the word now instead of waiting till the last minute when really the impact of change would not be as great.
So what can we as shareholders do to help make this issue a permanent tax rate?
Well, there are a couple things that we can do, and a couple things that individual shareholders can do. First thing, most important, is contact your member of Congress. We need to let people know, people in elected positions, that this is an important issue and that it matters. It matters for a number of reasons. As I stated earlier, if you have money in a retirement account, if you have money in a pension plan, if you just have individual savings or individual stocks that you're holding on to that produce dividends, it's something that needs to be telegraphed, it needs to be explained to elected officials that this really matters to people. In some cases, and it depends, it's not everyone, it can be the difference of food on the table versus medicine. That's what people use their dividend income for. For some people, it's just trying to hold on to savings in a very volatile time and saying, yeah, this is money that we're going to use for our future needs, be it a special plan, a special thing that you want to do down the road, as I said, sending kids to college, funding retirement. There are a whole host of reasons that people invest. And so letting elected officials know that it's important is the first step. Sending letters to the editor of local newspapers, contacting your state utility shareholder group, let them know that you care, and getting on their contact list. Because like with anything else, being able to communicate in a large voice is very impactful. But it's also important to communicate individually, because nothing matters to a state official or a federal official or a local official is an individual voter saying, I know who you are, I know, I'm going to vote for you or I'm not going to vote for you based on the decisions you make, and I want you to know that I'm watching what you're doing. So those are some very important things. And as I said, also writing a letter to the editor. Tell your story. If you go to defendmydividend.org or write Defend My Dividend, we have our address on the website. That's also a great way to get your message out and also speak to a larger audience.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. We appreciate these tips on how we can push this issue to the forefront in 09.
Thank you very much.